Well, it's morning now. Good morning, everybody. It's the pollinator. And I don't know what's going on with my voice, but anyway, there is a lot going on. And as you can see with my background here, I'm in New Digs. But you can still see I put my map up over there in the dining room. Welcome to my channel if you've never seen a video from me before. And this is 136, so I've got 135 other videos on this speaking channel. Boy, it's bright in here, huh? Oh, jeez, these lights. Here, there, up there, back there. At any rate, there's a lot going on, and I'm going to try to talk about something that isn't being talked about in the media right now. But yay, stupid. I shouldn't say stupid. I should say Mr. Dangerous got impeached. Now, that doesn't mean he's going to be removed, because it takes 2/3 of the Senate to remove him, and they're not. You know, they're closing ranks, and they're going to be stubborn and ignorant about what's going on with him. And he's done a lot more things than the articles they came up with. But you know what I think is going to happen? And that's not what this video is going to be about, by the way. It's just, it's so big in the news right now. It's ridiculous. But he's going to stick his foot in his mouth again, because he's just that narcissistic, and he just can't help himself but just keeps sticking his foot in his mouth. So he'll do something else that will further things, perhaps. You know, of course, all of the Republicans are saying, oh, this is going to cause him to win in 2020. And I'm like, you know what? No, cheating and lying and gerrymandering and cheating people out of voting and suppressing the vote and all of those things that they do is what will get him elected again. Not him getting impeached, because he's going to be that stubborn to run again despite the impeachment. Because the Senate is not going to put him out of office. So yeah, very interesting stuff going on right now. So I was talking with some people the other day, and I stumbled upon something that is a model that I've used for success in my life. And I still use it no matter whether I get tripped up, get the rug pulled out, get knocked down, get discouraged, whatever. And that is the difference between trying and getting it done. Now, you have to try in order to make things happen. You have to try in order to fail and keep trying. Now, the difference between people who just try and they constantly tell you, I'm trying, and whatnot, is you'll hear that come out of their mouth, and then they'll never get it done. Whatever it is that they say they're trying, they stop there. They don't change their strategy. They don't transform the conversation that's going on in their head about whatever it is that they're trying. Where did I hear once? I'm trying to remember, because it was decades ago, where somebody told me, or told a group of us, I'm not sure which, get a pencil or a pen. Get a pen. People don't use pencils anymore. But anyway, get a pen in your hand and try to drop this pen. Now, if I try to drop this pen and I don't actually drop the pen, I don't drop the pen. if I drop the pen, it drops, right? So there is no trying to drop this pen. You either drop it or you don't. You either do what it is you're trying and you never quit and you never give up, or you're just holding on to, I ain't gonna do nothing about this. And guess what that extends to? Everything you do in life. Everything. You know, people are real good at being loyal and getting it done when it comes to a lot of people anyway. Working a job, getting to that job, paying the rent, paying their utilities. But you know, living extends way far beyond those basics. Living, being alive, being happy, being successful. That pulls a lot of different kind of energy than trying. Did you know? And I'm bad with names. I'm not going to say that. Everybody knows I'm bad with names, right? I'm going to say something else too in a second. One of our presidents, and I think it was Lincoln, he tried to become president hundreds of times. If not hundreds, at least 150. But see, the trick to him is he didn't quit. He didn't give up. He just kept changing his strategy. And this is what I have discovered by studying successful people. And that includes myself. I didn't try to do anything. I just did it. I either got it done or I didn't. And failure wasn't something that I looked at like, okay, I failed, so I give up. No. If something didn't work, I changed my strategy or changed something and keep going. Do it again and again and again and again. Winners, successful people, they do not accept no for an answer. Okay? They don't. They find another way to get it done, to make it happen. This extends to relationships. This extends to friendships. This extends to family relationships. It extends to every aspect of your life, everything that you do. And some people, they succeed over in one area and they don't in another, and they let that be. They let that be their norm, is to try and then fail and then say, see, it didn't work. Yeah, it works if you work it. It works if failure isn't an option. It works if you never give up. It works if you don't give up. See, I could have died several times. And I didn't give up. I didn't give up on me. I didn't give up on God. I didn't give up on little things that I've heard over the years to keep me trying until I got out of the situation that I was in. I was not, everything is very temporary in life. But this thing about trying and making it happen or getting it done. Getting it done and making it happen includes trying, but it's not like it's something you get hung up on. Yeah, like that. And there's things that I've tried and they did not work, and I stopped for a while and focused on something else and then go back to that. intimacy and relationships are like that for me. That there's something that I'm not learning about myself that I think I finally got. Not to accept mediocrity, not to accept people just hanging on to you to be hanging on to you and they're not bringing anything to the table. Not to settle, to value my worth, and to truly value it. I mean, not, because see, if I say I value my worth and I love myself and I let some bullshit squeak through, then who am I fooling that I value myself and my worth? If I let myself be drugged down by somebody else's insecurities, who am I fooling if I allow that to happen? Me. And this goes back to something I said in another video about looking good. Human beings have this condition called looking good, and you can see it all over the place. If you look, you can see it in yourself and you can see it in others. That they will say anything to make themselves look good to themselves and to make themselves look good to you. Even if it's not the truth, see? Even if it's not accurate, even if it's not factual, but they're so blindsided by trying to cover up their inequities. Not inequities. That's not the word. By their liabilities, I guess I'll say. They're trying to cover those up, and they overcompensate with other things and convince you and convince themselves that they're looking good and they're right when they're wrong. I mean, all sorts of things. This extends all over the place. But anyway, let's go back. Oh, see, I told you when I make lives, I wander, ramble, wander. I wander off to other topics. But, so, trying to do something without altering my own behavior, altering my thinking, altering where I'm coming from and what I stand for and what I believe in, without altering any of that, I'll be spinning my wheels. I'll be doing the same thing over and over and over, expecting different results. Doing the same thing over and over, expecting something different to happen, is Alcoholics Anonymous definition of insanity. You do the same thing over and you don't change a thing, and you keep doing it. That's my definition of somebody taking a stupid pill and being stuck on stupid. It's like, nothing else is going to happen if you're doing the same thing over and over. So I had to change. I had changed my environment, and I'm getting rid of people who have an anchor around their ankle, and when they grab onto me, they pull me down with them. I'm shaving myself of those kinds of people in my life to find quality people that are on the same page with me. And I'm not going to try to do that. What would that be saying? I'm going to try to let go while I'm holding on to this pen. I'm going to try to let go of this pen while I'm holding onto this pen. No, I either drop it or I don't. So that's my spiel for today. I'm also going to start a Patreon account Don't know how I'm going to charge for it yet. There's a couple different ways that I can do it. I'm going to try to be fair, more fair to my followers and my fans that come over there to that channel. And there's just a whole lot of things I'm going to change. I'm even thinking, well, okay, I'm not going to put that out into space until I'm sure what I'm talking about. But some of the things that I'm thinking about changing. Heck, I might redo the public speaker training that I did back in the early 90s. I may redo that. I don't know. I might. But my life was forever altered by doing that training that had nothing. Well, it did have everything to do with my life, but it had more to do with that business than it did my life directly, but it affected my life directly because since I did that, I jumped out of the box. I created a very, very lucrative and successful career. I was never the same after I did that training. And for my friends and my family and people who I have talked to about that business, who think that there's something weird in the water around there, let me tell you something about that. People aren't used to being around happy people. People aren't used to being around people who are alive. People aren't used to being around folks that are fully self-expressed. They're just not used to that. And when they're around a group of people like that, it sets off alarms in their head that, oh my God, something's wrong with them, instead of I'm dead. I'm not alive. I'm not, I'm just going through the motions of life, but not feeling great about it. See, when you feel great about something you're doing, you can't help but bubble over with energy and being alive and being happy. No matter what happens to me, I won't say that, because there was a period of time in my life that, I was so unhappy. I did not know how to bring myself alive again. But it would happen in little spurts throughout that period of time. I would come alive. And that was out of training that I did decades prior. Yeah, it just worked like that, because once you are transformed, you are transformed. It doesn't reverse. It doesn't go back. Little bits and pieces of your personality and things that you've known all your life will, may surface. But transformation is transformation is transformation. Look up the word. And anybody afraid of transformation is afraid to be alive. Like, no kidding. Afraid. And I'm not talking about being funny, being alive, being, I'm talking about your spirit. I was, this happens to me a lot out there, but I was at a restaurant the other night, and this guy got out of his car. I was standing outside, and he got out of his car singing. And he sang all the way into the restaurant. And then he came out of the restaurant because he forgot something in his car, and he was singing all the way back to his car. And he got whatever he left in the car, and he picked it up and sang his way back in. And I was just kind of laughing at him, because I thought, now this guy is alive. And I went into the restaurant, maybe a couple minutes later, and before he even said anything to me, he said, man, you got a good spirit. This guy I'd never seen him before. He was from the islands. He was from Jamaica, I think. And so this guy told me his life story in 20 minutes. I had to run out of there, because it was kind of overwhelming. And not his level of being a happy guy, but I didn't know him, and it was getting late, and I was tired and sleepy, and I needed to go. So, I had to get away from him. But, I might run into him again if it was meant to be. If for some reason that character is supposed to be in my life, he'll return and I'll bump into him. God will just arrange it like that. That's how it works. God puts people in your path and puts people in your life that they're either are supposed to be there for your benefit, or they're supposed to be there for you to learn a lesson about yourself. Not about them, about you. Not about them, about me. If I don't learn something from riffraff they put in my life, that means I'm attracted to the riffraff. You see how that works? I've got I wouldn't say dear friend, but somebody I've known a while who keeps trying to help people around her, and they keep tromping on her. They keep using her. She's trying to let go of these people, but she's not dropping them. See, her expectations are very high on helping them to get something back from them. And as long as she keeps doing that same thing in the same way, she's going to get the same results. Sometimes it's very hard to let go of certain people. And that's not a judgment. But it's something to look at, and it's something to observe, and it's something to work with about yourself, to figure out what is the hook in you that prevents you from letting them go. They could be killing you. They could be toxic as hell in your life, and yet you hold on to them. And it isn't necessarily things that they say. It's something in you that is holding on to them. And you usually don't find out what that is until after you let them go. Try to let go of this pen. If you let go or you don't, and you stay there trying to figure out angles to keep holding on to the same pen instead of dropping this one and picking up a different pen. So that's my spiel on the difference between trying and getting it done. I think getting it done are for solution-oriented people, and trying is for people who are not solution-oriented. They just try as a buzzword. Try is it's just a way of them saying, I'm not going to do shit about what I'm doing or thinking or saying or whatever, And you know what? I could back this up so you could see more of me, but oh well. And I've got a new phone, like I said I was going to do. I didn't try to get a new phone. I got a new phone. And I've got it landscape because YouTube has done some shit where what's supposed to show up down over here and up over there isn't showing up unless you're landscaped. So, and this phone, I think, anyway, when I play this back, I'm going to see if my eyes are pointing at the at the center because, excuse me, because my other phone, when I looked at it in landscape mode, my eyes would be looking over here or over there, one of the two. I think I made a whole video with it like that once, and it drove me nuts. I liked the content of what I said, so I left it up, but the fact that I wasn't looking at the camera, or I was looking at it, but the camera wasn't looking at me. So, anyway, a lot of changes, both good, both bad, both indifferent, and indifferent. I'm still pursuing some things that, with different people though, to go after the tyranny empire that I've spoken of a lot, many times since August of this year. I got this move for free because they really fucked up, and I found the right people to contact. But they damaged some stuff in here, so even getting that money back is not going to be able to fix some of the stuff that they broke. Bad moving company. But anyway, I'm in here. I'm trying to unpack. You see stuff kind of cluttered around here, but I'm getting that straightened out, and I'm going to have a friend come over and help me finish it up. Yeah, that's going to be cool. And this one's got an attached garage, and it's really a much nicer place than I was living in. It's a little bit more than what I was paying, but not much more. So I'm feeling good about my life and the directions that I'm headed. And I'm not going to let myself be distracted from where I'm going and what I'm doing, even if I'm going to change what I'm doing. There's some other things I need to make happen. And, currently the people around me, the people that I am trying to empower, are being stigmatized. And, I give a lot of latitude to these folks, but at the same time, I don't want them dragging me down too, because they want to be whatever they're being. I don't care. It's not a judgment on them, but it's a decision or a choice that I'm going to make, whether or not to keep supporting people who don't want to be supported. See, I can take people to the water, but they got to drink it. And if they don't drink it and they just sit there staring at it and saying, well, but what's in it exactly? And blah, 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 blah. And who are you? And blah, 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 blah. And it's like, well, I led you somewhere where you weren't being led yourself. So what the problem is? What's your major malfunction? You distrust me, you distrust yourself. Because I'm an honorable guy. I'm trustworthy. Everything that I do and I say comes from a place of love, even if I'm rough around the edges and I'm tough love about it. So if people are suspicious and have problems with that, then that's their problem. They're the ones that are going to be missing out. They are the ones who are missing out by continuing to question who I am and where I'm coming from versus who they are and where they're coming from, and what's going on inside of them. It's the same thing that stops them in every other area of their life. The Willie Lynch letters spells out perfectly why black people distrust other black people. And that's not to say you're supposed to trust them all. It's not to say that at all. But there is a problem in our community where we're trusting, you're trusting untrustworthy people and you're distrusting trustworthy people. Got to flip that around, just like you got to flip white supremacy thinking in your own mind. There's a whole lot of anti-black people, a whole lot of them, millions of them, that have anti-black white supremacy going on inside of them. That's got to be reversed, just like what I said before. Trusting the wrong people and distrusting the right people. Once that gets ironed out in a person, hey, it's easy sailing from there, including people who are in my life. Shit, I'm easy. If you trust me, because I'm a trustworthy person. I can be a pain in the ass and an asshole if you distrust me when I'm trustworthy. See, then I'm just like, bye. And I may do that for a long time before I say bye. But the point is, I can feel that. I can sense that. I know that's going on, and eventually I'll just get bored with you. It's like, I ain't got time. I don't got time for you to be tripped up over your own head, your own thinking. How about it? Be 10 times more excited about it. See what happens. If you're 10 times more excited, you'll get bored with that shit too. It's like, all right, whatever it is you're thinking and whatever you're doing, do it 10 times more than what you're doing and see how you feel about it after you do that for a while. I'll tell you where that comes from later. Actually, I have said it in other videos where that 10 times more excited came from for me. And now I'm just that way naturally. I don't even have to try. That's just how I come off, is very alive, very self-expressed, just a live wire. It gets on some people's nerves because sometimes I do have a problem with talking over people, and I'm working on that. And trying to listen more, but I'm so passionate when I talk about anything. So it's very difficult for me. And I hear what they're saying. I hear what people are saying, but for every one thing or two things they say, I say about 15. So they give me something, and my feedback goes blah, like that. I keep turning this off, and it keeps turning itself on. Did I turn it on by accident? I don't know. I'm having some trouble with my computer system and my speakers. So I meant to say this earlier. Damn it, because people don't listen all the way through these videos, especially if they're too long. But if you like my content, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell so that you'll get notified when I upload a live. This is not a live. When I upload a video, I may try a live with this phone and see what happens. The other phone, it had such a big lag, it didn't work. But I'm going to try it with this phone. So everybody have a happy holidays. Happy holidays. If I don't make another video before the beginning of the year, which is just a couple of weeks from now, Happy New Year. Happy Kwanzaa, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah. I mean, there's all sorts of holidays going on right now. So everybody have a blessed and great one, and enjoy yourselves, enjoy your life, and don't try anything. Just get it done. Get it done. Whatever it is that you're wanting, keep trying. Pollinator out.